If you feel called to leave your job and to go all in on business, entrepreneurship, creatively building what God has been putting on your heart for a long time now, and either you haven't started because you're scared, or maybe you have started, but you're bumping into a lot of roadblocks right now where you're not really seeing growth in your income and its profitability, growth in your overall impact, and just reaching a wider audience of people you want to influence, customers, clients, whatever that is, this video is for you. Why? Because I'm going to talk about what you're not being told, what people aren't saying or talking enough about when it comes to going all in on entrepreneurship and doing what God is calling you to do. If this is your first time to my channel, what's up? I'm Angel Murray. I'm a Christian life and business coach helping creative entrepreneurs like you master their mindset, marketing, and money God's way. I talk a lot about the mental and the emotional aspects of building a business, and this video right here, it's gonna be what I hope is eye-opening for you and what I hope prompts change within you. Here's the thing about entrepreneurship. A lot of times we see content from leaders and gurus online that are showing you how much money they're making, that are showing you their success, that are saying that they work 3 hours a week and it's possible. If I can do it, you can do it too. I love it, okay? I love the success. I love the highlights there. What I don't love is not being real around what it really takes to make a reality like that happen. The reality where you're making great money, the reality where you're making great impact, the reality where you're not working as much, you're more hands off because you've set it all up correctly and now the business is running and is working for you. They aren't telling you enough of what it takes to see a reality like that. I left my 9-to-5 job about 4 years ago. I have dove into multiple different lanes of entrepreneurship, from real estate to coaching businesses to content creation and working with a wide variety of clients in marketing, consulting, and giving marketing services. I have built my business into 6 figures. I have also experienced plateaus, okay? And when I say plateaus, I mean in every sense. Financial plateaus, mental plateaus, and feeling like, is this really what God is calling me to do? Should I pivot? And just kind of having those doubts there. And emotional plateaus where I have cried my eyes out, depressed by the effects, by the work of building a business. So I'm going to be real with you in this video, but I'm hoping that what I share is going to inspire you enough to get into the mentality that you should have when God calls you to business. First thing that I'll say, in order for this to work, you need to become a different person. I'm not talking about how you treat people. I'm not talking about your personality. I am talking about your habits, your characteristics, how you respond, react, approach things, how consistent you are, your skill set. You have to become an entirely different person from who you once were. And I feel like this is why a lot of new entrepreneurs are finding their businesses not working, is because they're not fully detaching from the person that they once were. The skills that you had, they have to grow. The consistency you once had, your productivity level, all of that has to scale. On top of that, I truly believe that having a successful business God's way is going to take a lot of you developing more of the characteristics of Jesus. That's going to take a lot of servitude, a lot of trust in God, a lot of effort, a lot of faith, even when it's painful, even if people aren't hearing you, even if people don't like you, it takes a lot of that. And this is something that I think a lot of us realize for maybe like a week, where we're like, yeah, new habits. Yeah, I'm consistent in this. I'm doing all the good things. This is great. That's cool. But when we fall off, we're not really consistent. We have 1 week where we're stepping more into that new version of ourselves. And then we have another week where we're plateauing and we're going back to the old version of ourselves. This is where we have to learn to stop the back and forth, stop the wishy-washiness, and be who you are being called to be. Walk in that. Something that is helping me do more of that right now is reflecting and meditating on who the future version of myself is. Who is God calling me to become? I think about her habits. I think about what time she wakes up in the morning. I think about her ability to show up and be consistent, even if she doesn't want to be. I think about how she balances her workload with her personal life. I think about how she reads versus watching TV. I think about all of those little and big differences between now and the future. And when I envision that, that helps me to literally put on more of the character of my future self, because that future self has more of the characteristics of Jesus, where I'm consistent, I'm creating, I have good habits, I'm trusting God, I'm prioritizing what matters most, I'm being obedient consistently. My friend, if you want this to work, you have to become a different person. Otherwise, building a successful, profitable business that brings in revenue that can get you financially free while at the same time making impact to people that God wants you to serve, not gonna work unless you become a different person. Second thing, it's hard. Building a business, walking in entrepreneurship, obeying what God is calling you to do, stepping out of the security of a 9-to-5 and going all in on what God gave you the idea to build. It's hard work. I know that you see content of, I only work 10 hours a week and I make $500,000 a year. Great, but guess what, my friend? You have to work towards something like that. And that work towards something like that, it is not an overnight thing. Honestly, it's not even do this in a year thing for a lot of people. It's hard work, consistent hard work that you are choosing to do. And I know that this is also where a lot of aspiring entrepreneurs or even current entrepreneurs get stuck in their revenue growth, is because we are not putting in enough of the work that needs to be done consistently in order to get there. And when I say work, I'm not just talking about the tasks that you know you need to do to build the thing. I am also talking about those unexpected tasks, the ones that make you pivot, that have you navigating what in the world works. A lot of times we want to quit when we see something not working. We question it right away, when in actuality, we're being challenged to put in the work, even on the unexpected things, even when they're not working at first. We're putting in the work to understand the reason why, to do that analysis, and to keep moving forward. And you might be like, I am doing the work though. I do it every day. Okay, well, how open-minded are you about that work though? Are you coachable and are you learning? If something didn't work out, are you still testing and trying rather than allowing that to delay your progress? Are you showing up even when you don't want to? Because my friend, that's what leaders do. Entrepreneurship is leadership. You are taking an idea that God gave you, you are bringing it to life as a solution to what people are looking for. That is leadership. You are providing something that someone needs. So what does it look like for you to drop this misconception that you're going to build a successful business by doing the bare minimum, or even doing just work right here? It's just steady. My friend, it's got to be like this. It's got to be on an incline. Sacrifices have to be made. Are you going to go out less so that you can focus on building what God is calling you to build? Are you going to watch less TV and read books on building this specific type of business? Are you going to surround yourself with like-minded people? Are you going to ask questions, learn from them? It's changes like that that get you to where you're trying to go. And another part of that hard work, I kind of hinted at this earlier, but I want to say it again. Another part of the hard work is you're going to be challenged when it comes to your faith in God. Why? Because your security is now in Him and Him alone. You lost your security from your 9-to-5, or you will lose it if you plan on leaving. You don't have retirement coming in. You don't even got health insurance. All your security gone, which means that your choice is to put that security in God alone, which means that your faith is going to be tested. You have to trust God with your finances, trust Him with your future, trust Him with this business, even when you're not sure of its future. It's hard work to build up your faith, but it is the most rewarding work, because ultimately you are forced to see, if you didn't already see it, you're forced to see that God has everything under control and that He is more trustworthy than a paycheck, than a job, than anything could ever be. Third thing, lastly, you have to push past your insecure thoughts. I used to struggle with this all the time, and I still do. But I am building the habit where when an insecure thought comes, I no longer allow it to take me down to the point where now I am doubtful, I'm playing the comparison game, I have imposter syndrome, and all of a sudden I'm starting to believe that I just can't do this. Instead of marinating in my insecure thoughts, I have to push past it. I have to believe that what God is asking me to do will work, that He's got it. If I am just obedient and I work hard and I put Him first before everything else and I show up and I'm consistent and I'm open-minded and I'm ultimately becoming a newer version of myself, then this will work. I have to believe that it will. A lot of times our businesses aren't working, or we don't actually find the drive enough to start that business because we're too overwhelmed by our insecure thoughts. And then sometimes we have a boost of confidence for a week and we're good, we're consistent, we're just on it. And then the next week, plateau. Immediate insecurities. We don't want to be consistent. We're not believing in ourselves. We just want to give up. We don't want to show up. Successful entrepreneurship is not that. It's not. Anytime an insecure thought hits you, you need to get up and immediately push past it by attaching it to truth of who you are and what God is calling you to do. For example, I just had an insecure thought earlier today where I was doubting if I could even do this. Immediately, I followed that up with, God has called me to this. I can do this. I have to keep my head held high. And if I need to take it a step further because that wasn't enough, I'll read scripture on who God says that I am. I'll look back on positive comments or conversations where someone told me that a piece of advice I gave them greatly helped them, just so that I'm reminded as to why I'm doing what I'm doing, to help me keep going. All in all, my friend, please don't look at these ads and these pieces of content on social media telling you about 6 figures and $1 million, and all they do is this one strategy and all they work is just 10 hours a week to do this. It's a beautiful reality and it is possible, but do not deny the fact that it is going to take these 3 things in order to build a reality like that. You becoming a different person, you putting in consistent, hard work, and you pushing past your insecure thoughts. I just realized I put up 4 fingers. I meant to put up 3. Those 3 things, okay? And even though it is a hard journey, I'm not gonna lie, it's a hard journey, it is also the most rewarding journey. It just is. You look back and you see the progression of things. You see who's being impacted. You see the buildup over time. You see God's hands over it. You can feel yourself stepping into this future you that you've always envisioned. And that, man, it's beautiful. And as we wrap up this video, if you, my friend, are looking to start a business, but you're wanting a community, you're wanting help with your mindset around entrepreneurship, on how to implement the right marketing strategies in an authentic way, and how to even grow your income online in a way that works, then I'd love to have you be a part of the Called Creator Circle. This is an online community where you can chat with other Christian entrepreneurs. You'll get access to meet with me every week in a group setting where we'll have prayer calls and co-working sessions and workshops on how to better your mindset, marketing, and money within your specific product or service. You can literally message me in that community for feedback, for questions, for encouragement. I got your back. I'd love to see you inside. You can check all those details out in the description down below. Go ahead and hit that subscribe channel if you want more videos like this. And in the meantime, you can check out the current videos that are on our channel. Thanks for watching. I'll see you soon.